Airways pilots defy the 24-hour return to work order as they remained adamant that they will only resume after their demands are met. The strike by the pilots has paralyzed operations as the airline continues to count losses running into hundreds of millions of shillings. Our reporter Chemutai Goin has been following the latest on the strike and now joins us from Rubani House. Good afternoon, Goin. Now the pilots are said to be in a meeting. Can you confirm that? And what do we expect even as they defied the Kenya Airways warning to return to work today?
Well, Randy, as you said, the individuals at the center of the storm that is causing turbulent scenes in Kenya's aviation industry. The pilots under the Kenya Airline Pilots Association, CAPA, have been holed up in meetings at their offices here at Rubani House. For the past few hours, we've seen quite a number of them ejecting. Whether the meeting has been finalized or not is what we are waiting for. We saw some of the officials coming in by the time we had pitch tent here. And we believe that the meetings have been going on to address the issues that they have brought forward. And besides that, of course, that defiance of the 24-hour return to work order. And some of the issues we know the pilots have raised is they want some of the officials at the national carrier Kenya Airways removed from office. They say they failed to address issues that they've raised repeatedly. Among those issues include, of course, some of their colleagues have been given show cause letters, including union officials, and some of them have actually even been issued termination letters of overtime, and they want those individuals reinstated and those letters revoked. Other than that, they want also the return of the Provident Fund, which is a retirement scheme where the pilots pay into, and of course the airline also pays into, which enables them, of course, have something at the end of the day in terms of when they leave. They have a number of individuals they've already listed that they want out, but we know that the meeting here has been going on for a few hours, maybe say about 2-3 hours. We cannot be too sure. We've seen a number of them leaving, and some of the issues that we would also want to know, Randy, include the fact that we've seen that some Kenya Airways flights have been put on schedule, including one going to Entebbe. There's also Mombasa, and there's also Lusaka. We don't know whether those pilots that will be flying those flights in case they take off are also a part of the team that has been holding meetings here, or is another team, and maybe what is the government's plan, and including the airline's plan, in trying to ensure that many of the stranded individuals, travelers who had already paid their tickets in advance, are able to depart and carry out their business. And also this going a long way into trying to minimize on the costs and the losses that will be faced by an airline that has been struggling over the years. Kenya Airways, like other airlines across the world, are at the post-COVID recovery period. Most of them went into losses and have been trying to catch that up with a number of flights, increase the number of flights in more popular routes and routes that bring about more money. With this strike, of course, there is a looming loss that is further occasioned by the fact that it has repeatedly made losses despite the government injecting money into the airline to try and breathe life to it. So, Orandi, we are still here. We are waiting for the officials. We believe that by the time the meeting will be done, there will most likely be a press conference to keep us abreast on the decisions that have been arrived at following this meeting, whether they will be heeding those orders despite the fact that 24 hours have lapsed, whether they will be heeding the orders to return to work, whether a return to work formula has been arrived at, or if the strike will continue, and what next for travelers who remain stranded at JKIA. So, Randy, we're still pitching tent here, and I can see from that movement, there's a lot of movement happening. We've seen a number of them leaving. We will be able to give you a proper update at our subsequent bulletins at 7 o'clock and at 9 o'clock. And, of course, once we are able to speak to the officials of CALPA. Other than that, we will also be nosing around from those that have been here to know what discussions were made in the meetings there and what they have been able to agree on.